Alright, live once again, number 76. Let's see. We are starting page 3 today. I'm going to finish up a little bit on page 2, which is a cool step because on page 2 we're ready to do the finishes, which is something I do in HBLED. That way I can see all the finishes. And it's pretty much the time to add contours, add some style. It's all for all that. So we just get the chat up and running. And I also didn't post about this, so I'm going to post now. Streaming live. I'm going to post on Facebook and share it like I usually do. Let's see. Okay. I'll take a picture of the page because that always helps. Yo, Jeremy, what up? Let me post, get some other people on here. That, I'll just say streaming live now. There we go. Should have did this before. There. Let's get some music going. For right now, we're just going to do something like Hyperlight. Just feel like that's the way to go. Actually, I want to listen to. I've been playing Hollow Knight. I don't know if you guys played that before. Do you play Hollow Knight before, Jeremy? Oh, new business idea? What? We should just do the first one, which is that that critique kind of idea we had. Anyway, Christopher Larkin did it. But yeah, Hollow Knight is awesome. It's kind of grown on me from being just like a really good game to being like one of my favorite games ever. Verbalmuscle.com. If a client needs a person cussed out, they hire us to do it. Well, we've got to be really good at it. You know? This soundtrack is incredible, though, by the way. But yeah, Hollow Knight, dude, is I think it might be one of my top 20 games. Like it's that like it's like a Studio Ghibli like charm mixed with like this weird insect kind of vibe, and then the gameplay is just incredibly well done. Anyway, moving on to comics. But yeah, I know you're good at cursing people out. I see it. I'm gonna get the chat going first. I'm still like only like 80% healed still. But I'm doing some other like home remedies to help me out. By the game or by the website. All right. Oh, Menno's in the way. Have you seen this Menno before? He goes away. The game, yeah, definitely, dude. Like, and it runs incredible on Switch. I haven't played a lot of games that in scope, there's a lot of loading, so the load times are short, so that's good. But yeah, incredible. Dude, it's I can't tell you how good it is. It's I don't think you'll realize until that. I think the only thing bad you can say about the game is that it's not paced well. So like the beginning of the game is the worst part, I'd say. Like it's still good, but you think it's we think it's kind of. I'm trying to figure out why it's badly paced. It's just there's a lot going on, and you need to get used to the combat, right? But I don't think there's enough to like really hook it. Maybe it still kept me playing, but just barely. I don't. I think like from that point on, it only gets better, and then it. But the pacing's not. When I say bad pacing, it's still decent. It's decent. It's just not like excellent. Otherwise, it would be a masterpiece. Otherwise, I might say it's a 10 out of 10. I say that because, namely, for one reason, and it just keeps getting better. Like I didn't like most games like Celeste is really good, and I'd say it's incredible as well. But for some reason, Hollow Knight is it never lets up. Like it always like throws something at you, like whether it be difficulty or challenging you or exploration or the charm of like the lore, the mysterious kind of things. There's like a giant log of all the enemies that are it's really charming. Like it's not the log of the enemies is not written in like a scientific way or like in like in a normal like menu based way. It's kind of like from his perspective, the little thing you play as. Anyway, I don't want to rave on it all night, but it's an incredible experience so far. I'm not even. I think I'm like. It's because I do a lot of the side shit. Actually, I do all the side stuff, so it's taking me forever. But I think I'm like 2/3 of the way through it, and it's still kicking my butt. You know, it's tough. Gotta excuse my cough again. Alright, so like I said, what we need to do is work on some contours. I think I'll shade first and then do that. Because this is like all cleanup, if you know what I mean. Just a cleanup stage. It's clean up and polish, and then we're going to move on. I sometimes leave this until I finish all pages, but I think I need this kind of stream today. Like I think working from scratch on a couple shots is going to be I don't know, not something I want to jump into straight away. But I said bad pacing in the beginning of that game. After that, it fixes it though. Like after that, it's brilliant pacing. I don't know what's up at the beginning. I think it's just like a peculiar game in a peculiar world, and it leaves you in like I don't know, with a weird feeling the whole time, and you're just not used to it in the beginning, and you're not used to the combat. You're just not used to everything. I think that's what it is. That's. I'm sure somebody has a better analysis than that out there. Am I gonna paint all the gutters black? I could. For now, we're not gonna do that. Anyway, I was playing I think it's just a side boss, but I think it's actually a real boss. I just did it ahead of time for some reason. Because it's like an open world game. And I probably needed to level up something, but I just forged ahead anyway. And it literally took me, I don't know, 50 to 60 tries to beat this thing. Like, I'm not, no joke. I didn't think I was going to do it. I've never, like, I got in the boss battle, right? And I didn't last. It's one of those, like, Dark Souls kind of experiences where you're like, you don't last more than, like, 10 seconds. And I had to go from that to, like me, I did find a health upgrade to help me give me more time to figure out the boss, but, geez, it kicked my butt so bad that I almost stopped, like, playing completely. Then again, I'm just a stubborn fool, and instead of going somewhere else where it's not so hard, I kept going at it. So ridiculous. I'm dumb sometimes. Flag of Conquest. Impaling your heads is the propaganda antenna. It's very trippy kind of sounding. I think it's got decent reviews, the game does. I think it should get a little bit higher than what I've seen. Most of them are like at 9. I think it should be closer to 10. Like I don't know how long they've worked on this game, but it's incredibly good. And just how I'm talking about it, you can tell I'm enthralled. I'm enthralled with what happened. I think also it's just because just when I think it's gonna stop getting different and hard and like new, it doesn't. Like it's just like cool environment after cool environment, crazier situation upon crazier situation upon crazier situation, and then you just have to fucking find your way in this crazy world. Oh man, just talking about it gets me going for Hollow Knight. The contours on the art, I'm not super a fan of. Like, there's some heavy contours on things that I necessarily don't really like, and that's weird coming from a comic guy, because that's what we do. We are contour masters. So, I don't know if I told you, Jeremy, but I signed up for a storyboarding kind of mentorship to hook me up with some more skills and just kind of get me ready for whatever jobs I apply to in that kind of area. But yeah, this guy is pretty cool. And he's been doing kind of teaching mentorships for a little bit for more than a little while, but I dig what he's doing, and I'll probably shamelessly plug his stuff this week. I think October 5th is the deadline for signing up for his mentorship. Yeah, we'll hit it up later. But it's been like after I'm just doing like as much as I can during the day before I start feeling worse, and so far so good. Like, I don't think I've had a fever in a while, so pretty much getting over this thing. I did watch the entire 3 seasons of Attack on Titan while I was sick because
One, it's like sometimes it's boring, and anime gets over dramatic, and sometimes I fall asleep. But also sometimes it's really awesome. So I got to see a lot of the stuff I probably wouldn't sit through because I was sick. I would never sit through it if I was in a normal state of mind. But I did, and it's kind of worth it. Really cool designs they have in that show. On the Star Circuit front, I am kind of like in a weird state where I'm like debating skipping some of the layout stages and just jumping onto the real pages. What's holding me back from that is the writing part of it. I'm kind of like fleshing out dialogue and some of the writing and just how things happen as I'm doing the layouts. So I think even though the layouts are important or aren't as important, I think they're good because I have to focus on exactly some of the dialogue a little early. Um, so, yeah. All right. Oh, damn, the soundtrack's good. It's is this a game or a blockbuster? This music's so good. Trying to give a little bit of space in between things here. This is a little bit of the boring part of the polish because it's the shading in part. I normally um, I normally would do maybe the other part first, but I just want to get this out of the way. I think I need to see it. I think that's why I'm doing it now. Like I need to see what it looks like after this, because then it can tell me if I need more halftones or whatnot. That's kind of the name of the game right now. It's like the polish is like contours and halftones. That's what I should call it. The stream should be called contours and halftones right now. Dude, this music, so good. Pulling at my heartstrings over here. Excuse me. I'm sure that was loud for you guys. Wish I had a quick hotkey for mute all the way over here. Save you guys from the torture that is listening to somebody with a cough. To be honest, this game's so hard, I don't recognize any of the battle music because I'm so concentrated on not dying that it becomes just like noise. I recognize all the other music, like the atmospheric music, like in the levels, but pretty much the boss music and the epic battle stuff, I rarely recognize. Alright. That shadow didn't make sense. Over here it's fine. see. Probably need to go this way with that line. Yo, what's up? Just like I said, finishing up this panel here. What I could do is, just notice I never really got this colored in up here. What I could do is draw some rain up at that top silhouette. Let's see. Like George Lucas is back with like doing something in the Star Wars universe. Is that what you're saying? Alright. Now let's do some half tonage and contours. Will be pretty fun. It's always fun for me. Could put a little silhouette on this one, not too big. Just kind of pop it out. Yeah, I saw like a headline with Lucas on it, but I didn't read it, so. Hey, what's up? Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. So yeah, it's been going all right. I'm been sick last week. Otherwise, we'd be done with this page. Far done with this page. When I got back from the convention, I got the con flu pretty much. It's more like I don't think it's the con flu. I think it was just me being dumb and not wearing I didn't have a warm piece of clothing on one of the days, and I think it killed me. I was just doing the contours and clearing things up a little bit. One more page after this, and it's already kind of just like this. It's kind of set up to go, so it should only take like an hour or two per panel, depending on difficulties. I think like for the most part, it's going to go pretty smoothly, even though it's a lot of stuff going on in the next page. How's work with you? You said you were going to start drawing again, right? Get back in the groove. You've been able to do much? I know it's tough to set aside time sometimes. Alright, it's not bad. Trying to figure out what I don't like here, what I do like. for the most part, we're done. There's a few things I need to do here. That's good. Keep at it, keep at it. I feel like I could draw in some things that either needs like a moon or something here, you know, just to help. That's no moon. Space station. Cool. I think we're ready to roll. Let me look at these pages together. Togetherness. Alright. Alright, page 1. Dig it. Page 2. Yeah, feels good. Alright. The infamous page 3. Let's see. So panel 1's not too crazy. Panel 2's not even too crazy. This gets a little tricky. And then this craziness at the bottom. That you can't tell what the hell's going on. That's going to be a little harder, but I think we're ready. Definitely been ramping it up. Like, the action has gone from very still in the beginning to a moderately actiony second page, and then now finally third page is like all over the place. So I like the pacing. Hmm. All right, let's see here. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Well, extra advice to like prep for it. Hmm. I mean, the momentum of drawing every day is probably um, something that needs to happen because that like, it doesn't really matter what you're drawing, but drawing every day will keep your hand slowly back up to speed, you know. And then on top of that, you're already doing anatomy. I would probably draw poses from your favorite artists. That would be a good way to go. And I think I would probably draw like a couple pinups maybe of like the characters you're dealing with and try to pretty much do like a sample of like your level of finish and see if it's up to what you want it to look like. And if it's not, you can either push forward or you can kind of practice your level of finish or practice, you know, the characters. That's what I would do. That's what took me so long with Star Circuit is just I've done a million drawings of the characters and whatnot. Um, and yeah, it just took forever to get the concepts and everything the way I liked. And I like to procrastinate. I'm scared of releasing it, you know, because I've never done a full story myself, and so it's daunting. And I'm sure there's a little bit of procrastination in that end of things, but no worries. Just keep pushing forward. Like I said, draw every day, get the momentum going. Um, you gotta just well, I've been kind of practicing the art of kind of intuitive thinking, and like for this stream, and like for all the work I do all day, client work even, I don't think too much about what to do. I just like let your feelings take over a little bit. And I know you need a little bit of background, but even for your inspiration or like where do you seek help, maybe asking me was something intuitive. So that's a good thing if that was the case. But point is, like, I try to keep it intuitive, keep it in a form where I'm trying to not overthink things, just do what feels right. So, and yeah, hey, welcome back, Jedi. All right. So, page 3, am I right? All right. So this panel, there's not a whole lot that I'm worried about. I think mainly it's just this pose. This one seems good. This one seems good. It's just that pose that seems weird, so I want to work on that one first. That's it. That's good. You got to know where your inspiration comes from, and it's really just what you like and what you don't like. However, it seems like Star Wars is your bubble, and I always recommend to other people and myself, remind myself sometimes, to to get out of your little bubble of things, because there's a lot of things you don't think would be applicable to you, but you know, you never know. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really into motorcycle racing until I started doing this motorcycle comic, and then I really got into it. And I'm sure there could be some things like that. You know, a character you're working on that maybe you can get into, like, I don't know, some sort of warrior race or something that you weren't into, maybe the Hun or something. Who knows? Star Wars and Spider-Man. Yeah, everybody's got their bubble. My bubble's like video games in general and DC Comics. I think comics in general. I think Image Comics fall into my bubble now too, because I read a lot of that. There it is. All right. Let's go with this pad again. God, I love that pad. It's so good. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. Here's the thing, like, you being so knowledgeable of Star Wars, you'll run with that as inspiration. But eventually it's going to run out on you, because at some point, because it's tough. It's tough to, like, I have the same problem with my inspirations, and at some point you have to break off and realize, I'm not Jim Lee, and even if I wanted to be him, my stuff will never look that way and have his kind of magic. Same as, if you're trying to do Star Wars type inspired stuff, eventually it's going to have to be your own Jedi Joshua stuff. Anyway, that being said, roll with Star Wars as long as you love it, So yeah, great idea. We'll do some pinups, show you them when they're it. Cool. Show me any character you want to see. I'll give you one pick on a pinup. My choice. Well, I was meaning a pinup maybe of the characters in your story. I just don't know any in your story, if that's your case, if that's what you're trying to do. But a character that I want to see outside of maybe some of those samples. Let's see. Something that's... I always go with something that's not typically seen all the time. Like, the few things on my mind, and like we were just talking about intuitive, and I'm not trying to overthink it. The three things I've been doing recently are storyboards. So maybe a comic take on a Pixar character, maybe from Incredibles or something. Maybe like a cool version of Frozone or one of the Incredibles characters. That's for some reason on my mind. I still haven't seen Incredibles 2. Should. That would be a cool take. Or you can go with, like I said, I watched a lot of Attack on Titan while I was sick. That, and I played a lot of Hollow Knight, which is an indie game. So any of those I would like to see. Would be cool. But if not, do some of your characters. Alright, so the problem with what I have here in this pose, I have a couple issues. Namely, there's the chest cavity, right? 1. Chest cavity 1. The volume's there, it works. Now, the way Shinobi stands is think it's usually the opposite. I think he when he stands with his arms crossed in game, I think he tilts his pelvis up and his chest cavity down, and that's what gives him his attitude, I believe. I can't find any reference, but I did sketch it before, so I'm gonna find that book. Where's that sketch book? My art room's a mess, man. Need to clean it up. Alright. And when I said doing poses, I meant stuff like this. Like, these are taken from all of different kind of artists. This looks like Alvin Lee stuff. But yeah. Take from whoever. Just keep drawing figures like this. Looking for Shinobi stuff in here. There we are. Right, Shinobi. There we go. Trying to see if I have any kind of poses that will really work. I like that running pose, it's cool. That pose could work. Or over there, it could work. Let me look. Not exactly, but it could work. Alright, see there? It's like this curve. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was the most recent sketch card I've done. I haven't done one in a long time. But I do like doing them. It's just they don't pay as much as they should, really. It's pretty much how all of the art field is. Alright, so feeling a better route there with this one. So let's just go. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when you're sick on stream. Okay. I'm going to try to solve the lower body as soon as possible, because that's the troublemaker. I think like what I'm learning recently is the art of simplification. I think it's a tough thing to learn. For sure. Alright, I'm going to switch off this music. Because one, I think it's interrupting my playtime. When I get back to it, it's going to be weird. Because it seems like a finale music, and I want it to be super, you know, interesting when I see it. So... Dude, I need to see the new one. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I will watch it. Maybe I can do a reaction video. Maybe I'll just do it on stream, watch it now. I've never done a reaction video. Don't know how that really works. It's all good, man. I'll watch that trailer. We'll talk about it next time. Have a good night. I think the backside needs to go a little farther, otherwise we're not going to get the arc we want. Feels a little weird now. Feel this out. Okay, that's funny. Just overreact. What if I like do it normally? It's just like boring video, me watching a screen. Hmm. Killed the silhouette if I do that. But I can do that part. Alright. Alright. I feel like the legs are just stunted, man. It's mainly because I'm trying to crop it, and whenever you do something like that, it always ends up weird. I think it's hot in here as well. Oh yeah, it's crazy hot in here. It's like 80 degrees in this room. Hmm. Have a good night, man. Catch you guys later. We're gonna keep pushing on here. Hmm. Trying to see what I see here, and I don't see it. See what you see. I'm going to HB because I can't really see my lines amongst all the other noise. think it's mainly his hitbox I can't visualize. That's me. That's what happens when no one's on stream. Just me. adding the waves into the silhouette. Just shows that he's not really there. It's my shorthand for that. I do have to do these spikes coming out here, so that means probably like that. There we go. 6 of them. Drew 1 extra. Right here, I'm going to do a heavy one. To make them seem see-through, we're going to have to draw the door behind them. That's it. Alright. Let's draw Army Dude number 1 here. Trying something different. I'm just going to stay with the HB. bulletproof vest. That seems a little wide. I knew that from the start, but I wanted to see if it looked good. If I didn't change anything. If I didn't, like, see it in its final render. Hmm. I tell you what. I think talking to Brent Peoples, just talking to him helped me out. Something about the way he said, I just need to grind it out, and just said something about kind of just polishing almost. And I think that's going to heart here. I'm just like all the strokes I need to make, just make confidently. That's it. It's like the golden rule or something. I mean, obviously you need to make confident strokes as much as possible. However, like a confident stroke can deceive, and even if it's not the best stroke, a confident stroke can deceive. It can like really deceive you into thinking it's a good stroke. So it's always better than a shaky stroke. Alright, let's try to knock out this lady. 15 minutes. It's all about the underdrawing, man. Like, if you have a solid underdrawing, like the confident strokes happen easier. And that's I think that's obvious. But Point is, even if you don't have the solid underdrawing, the confident stroke, I think, is something I'm picking up here. Just, it's almost like just believe in the stroke almost. And obviously it's also because I'm warmed up now. The goal with this lady is to make her like a good, like a good manly, you know what I mean, like a chick that can hold her own in a fight. She's got some muscle. The chicks are tough though, for sure. Hmm. Like, where's my ruler at, dude? It's all good, man. Good to have you show up, Walter. You a comic fan or a comic artist or an artist or just stopping in? All right. The only thing I don't like is the forearm connection here. That's it. For that, I'll check out if I have any ref. Should. I do, it's just not in the right angle, so it's hard to tell where the foreshortening would be. You think? This is when I look in some Hogarth and whatnot. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I know how the grind goes, you know, with trying to make something, you know, a story nonetheless, you know. So, but you know, tell me a little bit about it, or plug it if you want to. I don't know if it's I don't know if you released anything yet, but let me know. My comic is not released yet. It's at the bottom of the page, starcircuitcomic.com, or go to Patreon if you want to see the development on it. That's my stuff. But thanks for following me so far, man. I've been quite busy. You know, just trying to get where you want to go, you know? It takes a lot of work. Okay. Trying to make her not too beastie. Where are we at with time here? Only a few minutes left. I'm not going to start on the other Shinobi. What I will do is just try to clean things up. Went too low over here. Over here, we need a little bit of a... I don't like that bottom. Too sharp. Cool. I like a couple of those strokes. Let me see. Oh, cool. Martin Eglin? Let me look him up. I haven't, off the top of my head, I'm not familiar. But yeah, cool. From back in the day. But yeah, he's got some cool art, man. Mm. Oh, nice. That's the dude. Harpoon Hand Aquaman. Interesting. It's a pretty cool take. So far, I'm happy with this top panel. It's gone pretty smoothly. I'm actually excited. But that's the end of the stream, guys. Thank you for showing your faces. Proverbially showing your faces. And yeah. Let's see here. Who came? Antonio, yeah. Tony, JJ, Jeremy. Who else showed? Either way, thanks for showing up. Also, Walter, I'll be doing this tomorrow, obviously, and the day after. It's only Tuesday, so yeah, another few days of the week. Hopefully, I can knock out. I want to have at least the top half of this page done by the end of the week. Hopefully, a good ways into this. The bottom here is this crazy sequence. It's like the panels layout. The panel layout's in like a circular format, which is pretty crazy. It'll be fun to do. Anyway, good luck with your comic endeavors. I'll see you all tomorrow, 8 o'clock, for some more Kick-Ass study stream. It'll be today's number 76, makes it number 77. Yeah, that's it. Have a good night.